Okay, everybody, it's about 5:20 p.m. West Coast time on Monday, February 3rd. Daily Hawk, I'm Hawk, I'm your host. I'm going to do this one in two parts. There'll be two Daily Hawks today. There was a lot of news today. If you're watching this on TikTok, please click on the link in the link tree in my bio and go subscribe to my YouTube page. It is free. Because that is where I normally post these. I'm doing these just for the first month or so of Trump's second term. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click like, please subscribe to my page, please leave a comment, even if it's spelled wrong and you don't understand, contractions, because that's how us normies spot you MAGA types. So let's dive in. Elon Musk has effectively taken over, he's taken over the entire financial apparatus of the executive branch, the federal government, along with 6 frat boys under the age of 24, one of whom is a 19-year-old Canadian whose nickname is Big Balls. And when their names have been disclosed over the last couple of days, Elon Musk has said that people who are disclosing their names have committed a crime. I did disclose their names in a post that I did yesterday titled "We Need to Talk About Elon." So Elon Musk today announced that he deleted the free IRS tax filing program it lets people file their income taxes for free without having to pay TurboTax to do that. He deleted that program and deleted the group of individuals, federal employees who oversaw that program that allows Americans to easily file their taxes for free on the IRS website. Elon Musk has absolutely no legal or statutory authority to do any of the things that he is doing right now. The Department of Governmental Efficiency is not a thing. There is no line item in any budget that has been passed that funds the Department of Government Efficiency. Nobody knows who or if anyone is paying Elon Musk or his little minions, I was going to call them incels. I've seen photos of them. These guys aren't getting a lot of action. And they are also sleeping on pull-out sofas at the Office of Personnel or the USAID offices that they've also taken over and deleted. This is insane. This is completely insane. It is a coup. People have been responding to this latest thing about the tax filing program by saying it's sponsored by TurboTax, because literally the only people who oppose this free way for people to file their income tax returns, the only people who oppose that are lobbyists for TurboTax. Trump fired the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau yesterday. Today, he appointed Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent as the acting director, and he immediately ordered all of their activities to cease immediately. That agency exists solely for the purpose of protecting everyday Americans from financial abuses at the hands of banks, Wall Street, credit card companies, corporations. That's the only reason that agency exists. And Donald Trump and Scott Bessent have effectively shut it down. That agency has saved Americans tens of billions of dollars over the last several years. So they shut it down. MAGA, you voted for that. You guys benefited from that department as much as anybody did. Donald Trump is going to invoke a law from the 1700s to speed deportations, the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Oh boy, it was last used to justify internment camps for people of Japanese, German, and Italian descent during World War II. We seem to keep landing on World War II currently. Strange. Guantanamo Bay prepares for immigrants, a surge of immigrants at Trump's orders. About 200 Marines and soldiers landed at Guantanamo Bay over the weekend to provide security and begin setting up a new tent city. That's an odd thing to call a concentration camp. There's going to be as many as 30,000 deportees there, and our new Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, said yesterday that those numbers are going to include women and children. Mark Rubio was made the acting administrator of U.S. aid, which is weird because Elon Musk and his 6 little incel elves, we'll just call them incels, spent the entire weekend defunding it and shutting it down and firing everybody who works there. So I'm not sure what Marco Rubio has just been appointed the head of. But then he immediately attacked USAID as insubordinate, even though everyone has been fired. Recruitment of astronauts faces Trump's moves against DEI, which is weird. I would think that Donald Trump and Republicans would actually want to send black people to space, but what do I know? Trump says that the United Kingdom could avoid tariffs because their prime minister, what's the new guy's name? Keir Starmer, is nice to him. Take the hint, European countries. Keir Starmer was nice to Donald Trump, and so Donald Trump is thinking of exempting the United Kingdom from any tariffs. Said Trump, "We had a couple of meetings. We had numerous phone calls. We're getting along very well. We'll see whether or not we can balance our budgets together." Yeah, but it'll definitely happen with the European Union tariffs because they've really taken advantage of us. Democratic senators, Democratic senator from Hawaii, Brian Schatz. Remember a couple years ago when that inbred half dipshit from Alabama, Tommy Tuberville, who actually lives in Florida, he placed a hold on all of the military promotions for something like 9 months when Democrats controlled the Senate, and Chuck Schumer just watched him do it and did jack shit to stop it. Remember when that happened? Chuck Schumer, our warrior, was like, I know I'm majority leader, but there ain't nothing I can do. Well, Brian Schatz is going to place a blanket hold on all of President Trump's State Department nominees until his administration's attack on the leading foreign assistance agency ends, USAID, a move that threatens to stall Trump's ability to get his foreign policy team in place. Good. Start playing dirty like these other fuckers, man. Use the rules to your advantage. Canadians are booing the Star-Spangled Banner at basketball games and hockey games because of the tariffs. So, Mexico reached a deal with Trump to delay the tariffs. Canada reached a deal with Trump to delay the tariffs. And here's the amazing thing. Under Joe Biden's administration, he called the then president of Mexico and said, "Hey, we need some help on the U.S.-Mexico border. Can you send some troops up north to the border to help us?" And the then president of Mexico said, "Certainly," and sent 15,000 troops. That started in 2021. Joe Biden didn't threaten tariffs. He didn't tank the stock market. He didn't fuck with anybody's 401ks to get that done. Donald Trump started an international trade war. And how did the current Mexican president get Trump to back off? She agreed to send 10,000 troops to the border, 5,000 less than what Joe Biden got. And what did Canada do? They agreed to send 10,000 troops to the U.S.-Canada border, I guess to look for weed or something, and agreed to commit $1.3 billion to improve border security. Don't tell Trump this, but they announced that $1.3 billion in additional funding for security for the border in December when Joe Biden was president. So both of them just did stuff they had already done before. And Donald Trump got rolled. And of course, his half-smart, inbred dipshit supporters are like, yeah, Trump won. Yeah. He didn't win anything. Some additional comments here. So, Sam Stein from Bulwark, like Mexico has made similar agreements in the past without the threat of tariffs. 2021, they agreed to a surge with the same number of troops to help with migration. In 2022, they agreed to invest an additional $1.5 billion on border security. In 2023, there were 15 administrative actions on the part of the Mexican government, all without tariffs or threat of tariffs or a trade war. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Speaking of Chuck Schumer, he is currently plotting the Democrats' comeback. His plan is to hang back and just wait. Because, quote, Trump will screw up. Do you think so, Chuck? Is that what's going to happen, Chuck? Trump's going to screw up? So the Senate minority, Democrats, are in excellent hands. Excellent hands. In fact, let's divert for one moment. Hakeem Jeffries today put out his 10-point plan for how House Democrats will continue to push back against the far-right extremism that is being relentlessly unleashed on the American people. I'm reading from the document that he released. It's a 3-page letter. I write with an update on several urgent matters that we are working on for the country. First, I have made clear to House Republican leadership that any effort to steal taxpayer money from the American people, end Medicaid as we know it, or defund programs important to everyday Americans must be choked off in the upcoming government funding bill, if not sooner. Well, he made that clear to House Republican leadership. It's unclear whether he made that clear to Donald Trump, Senate Republicans, or Elon Musk. Second, at my direction, legislation will be introduced. Democrats are in the minority. They can't introduce legislation, or at least they can't get it to the floor, to prevent unlawful access of Department of Treasury Bureau of the Fiscal Service payment, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he doesn't have the power to do that. Third, in partnership with the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee, oh, that sounds important, we will continue to highlight Republican policies that raise the already high cost of living for everyday Americans. So the third thing in the list is something that Democrats are extremely well known for and incredibly effective at: messaging. Fourth, Judiciary and Oversight Committee Democrats will detail for the caucus the ongoing and anticipated litigation efforts to combat several of the unlawful executive. Okay, well, that's good. Litigation is good. Litigation is good. Number 5, House Democratic Whip Catherine Clark will host a caucus-wide meeting. Oh, that includes the presence of outside experts, enhancing our ability to unpack and expose a recently uncovered Republican scheme to rip off the American taxpayer. Outstanding. They're going to have a meeting with experts talking to the Democratic caucus in the House. I'm guessing all those people are already on board, but that, what do I know? 6, Chairman Pete Aguilar will continue to convene the Immigration Working Group in connection with our efforts to secure the border, fix the broken system in a comprehensive manner, and do everything that Joe Biden should have done during the 4 years of his first term. I added that last part because he had a 4-year term and did jack shit. 7, House Appropriations Committee Democrats will continue to detail for the American people, we're back to messaging again, Democratic messaging. What's more fun than Democratic messaging? The federal funds that are at risk of being stolen in the aftermath of our successful effort to halt the administration's so-called freeze by OMB. 8, we're already at number 8. This is just flying by. House Budget Committee Democrats will battle Republicans at the anticipated legislative hearing. I thought he was going to say they were all going on, what's that show with the jungle gyms and they got to climb over the water? American Gladiator or some shit. No, that's the old one. Hearing where the GOP will unveil a scheme to cut taxes for their billionaire donors and wealthy corporations while sticking working class Americans with the bill. That's going to be great to watch them do battle. Maybe they can highlight that with messaging as well. 9, our ongoing public safety accountability project will continue as we detail for the American... Oh, we're back to detailing. More messaging. Geez, it's like they're running an auto detail shop here. We need some more details. As we detail for the American people the threat presented by violent felons who have been pardoned and released. But, okay, that's good. January 6th. We should highlight those fuckers every day. Lastly, we will urge... I'm urging you, we will urge all members to once again conduct district-wide outreach today or as soon as possible in order to connect directly with our constituents. Let me check my phone. Nope, no outreach for me. No outreach for me today. For example, I will conduct telephone town hall meeting. I will conduct a telephone town hall meeting in my district this evening. We will track participation throughout the caucus. That's awesome. So Democratic members of the House have been given homework. So that's the House Democrats' 10-point plan to combat fascism. Sweet. That's outstanding. I feel so much better right now. I can't even tell you. Some migrants who have been arrested in Trump's sweeping mass deportation have already been released back into the United States. I thought we did away with catch and release. But some have already been released back into the United States on a monitoring program, according to 5 sources familiar with the operations. Thousands of government agency web pages have been taken down. Trump vows to punish South Africa. Okay, that seems out of nowhere. Why, you may ask? Not just because his new best buddy and sleepover friend, Elon Musk, is from South Africa. While the law isn't aimed at addressing apartheid's legacy or seizing land from white people, Trump has criticized South Africa's land policy before, and his top billionaire backer, Elon Musk, has spread the baseless conspiracy theory that there's a genocide against white farmers in South Africa. Back to another fake genocide. Okay, well, come on. It's like globally. Who's more discriminated against than white men? Am I right? Okay, that wraps up part 1 of today's Daily Hawk. I'm going to do part 2 here in a few minutes. Again, if you're watching this on TikTok, please click on the link, go to my YouTube page and subscribe. It's free. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my page, click like, and leave a comment, even if it's a shitty one. Thanks, everybody. See you back here in a few.